more, Tekashi 6ix9ine appeared in court in the Dominican Republic today. The rapper whose real
rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine was arrested in Palm Beach County after he didn't show up for a court hearing. The rapper, whose real name is Dan.
Are we an idol playing with your friends? What are you saying? That was 6ix9ine and his girlfriend vibing just before she was popped. Since her death, more clips have surfaced, but now a disturbing new video has dropped. It shows her final moments. And even worse, it reveals she was being tailed. But by who? I got all the details. Let's get into it. The final moment. Ariela Mejia-Polanco, mother, influencer, model, and the woman long linked romantically to Tekashi 6ix9ine, wasn't just another name in the headlines. She was the one person many believed had stayed by his side through the betrayal, through the trials, through the relentless circus of Tekashi's career. But what leaked just hours before her tragic death isn't just footage. What leaked is a disturbing glimpse into the final moments of a woman who may have been caught in the deadly crossfire of 6ix9ine's chaotic life. This isn't just another tragedy. This is the kind of chilling story that forces us to ask, was she targeted because of him? Was her fate sealed the moment she stood next to the most notorious snitch in hip-hop? Or was it something darker, something even 6ix9ine himself could never have predicted? The footage, grainy, shaky, heartbreaking, doesn't just show Ariela in her last moments. It reveals a woman who knew she was being watched, a woman who knew the danger was closing in, and yet no one could save her. Think about that. A rising star with nearly 700,000 people following her every move on social media. Yet, when it mattered most, when the cameras weren't about filters and clout, but about survival, she was alone, parked in silence, staring down the end of her story. The media has already started doing what it always does, reducing Ariela to just a side character in the Tekashi 6ix9ine saga, a footnote to his scandal-ridden career. But this is not just about Tekashi. This is about a disturbing pattern of violence surrounding him, the people close to him, and the dangerous game of street politics he thought he could walk away from. When her death hit the headlines, comments started flying online, blaming Tekashi himself for the bloodshed. And the what I'm seeing in the comments is where people were saying that it got something to do with 6ix9ine. How can you automatically just say that? Tekashi isn't just another rapper. He's not just another celebrity. He is the lightning rod of hip-hop, the man who built an empire on trolling, betrayal, and a rainbow-haired persona that has made him both a superstar and a target. When you live like that, the people you love don't just get caught in the spotlight. They get caught in the line of fire. Ariela wasn't some anonymous Instagram model. She was a Dominican beauty with nearly 700,000 followers, a mother, a hustler, who worked nights in New York's club scene, built her own brand, and became the type of woman who could create her own lane. And that possibility gone in an instant, erased in a hail of bullets on a Bronx roadside. A conspiracy web. The moment Ariela Mejia-Polanco's death hit the headlines, the internet didn't waste a second.
The 33-year-old, who had nearly 700,000 followers, was found shot dead inside her vehicle along a busy road just north.
Within minutes, social media was ablaze with one theory after another, and almost every single one pointed back to the same man, Tekashi 6ix9ine. There's been no official evidence linking Tekashi to her murder. Police haven't charged him. They haven't suggested his involvement. They haven't even confirmed suspects. But in the court of public opinion, Tekashi was guilty from the start. One of the first and most widespread theories is that Ariela wasn't killed because of anything she personally did, but because she was Tekashi's weak spot. 6ix9ine has always projected invincibility. He flaunts his security. He trolls his enemies. He laughs in the face of death threats. But Ariela, she didn't have that same shield. She wasn't moving with ex-military bodyguards. She wasn't hiding in gated compounds. She was accessible. And in the world of gang retaliation, targeting someone vulnerable is the quickest way to send a message. But we cannot go on the internet and just say that she died over a rat, over a massive splinter, over a cheese eater. Another conspiracy theory suggests that Ariela's own social media presence played a role in her death. With nearly 700,000 followers, every move she made was visible to the world. Her Instagram stories, her posts, her check-ins, they all painted a digital map of her life. And for enemies looking to track her down, that was all they needed. Remember her Valentine's Day post mocking Tekashi as a snitch? What if that wasn't just a joke? What if that was the tipping point? To some, that post was seen as Ariela openly aligning herself with Tekashi's most infamous betrayal. She wasn't just standing by him. She was doubling down, laughing at the very thing that put targets on his back in the twisted world of street politics that made her guilty by association. Then comes the third theory, the one that feels like it belongs in a Netflix documentary. According to whispers in New York, Ariela's death wasn't about Tekashi at all. It was about the people Tekashi betrayed. 6ix9ine's testimony didn't just put away random names. It dismantled parts of the 9 trade bloods, families destroyed, reputations ruined, entire operations compromised, all because one man decided his freedom was worth more than the code of the streets. So the theory goes, Ariela wasn't killed because of who she was dating now. She was killed as retribution. For the past, a delayed payback, a symbolic strike against the man who dared to snitch and walk free. Let me put this in perspective and really follow me here. Imagine I would have stood tall, right? Kept it real. Did the 47 years right now, you guys would move on with your life. You're not checking on my mom. You're not paying nothing for my daughter. You're not doing anything for me. Those words, cold, unapologetic, prove how personal his snitching was. He wasn't thinking about loyalty or community or family. He was thinking about himself. And in the world of gangs, that selfishness doesn't just vanish when you walk free. It lingers. It festers. It demands repayment. Some are even saying Ariela's murder could have been an inside job. The idea that someone close to her, someone she trusted, was the one who set her up. Why? Because New
York native Cardi B mourned Ariela with this photo, adding, "Rest in peace, Dominican pretty."
Tekashi has enemies everywhere. Money talks, loyalty is thin, and if Ariela was moving in the same circles as 6ix9ine's rivals, it wouldn't have taken much for someone to betray her location. The last video of Ariela looking paranoid in her car could be read as her realizing exactly that someone in her inner circle wasn't who they claimed to be. That betrayal was closing in and she couldn't escape it. Then there's the final, most unsettling theory. What if Ariela's death wasn't about gangs or retaliation or even Tekashi directly? What if it was about the industry itself? Hip-hop has always had a shadow side. Behind the glitz and streams, there are whispers of labels pulling strings, of executives exploiting scandals, of tragedy being turned into profit. And Ariela, young, beautiful, tied to one of the most infamous rappers alive, was a story to be told. Killing her and having her footage leak at the same time. Guaranteed media frenzy. Guaranteed clicks, views, headlines. Guaranteed that Tekashi's name, love him or hate him, would dominate the culture again. In that sense, Ariela becomes not just a victim, but a product. Another name chewed up by the machine. Tekashi himself has a history of betrayal that runs both ways. Because, look, before I even got locked up, they were sleeping with my girl. So right now, I don't know what the situation between you guys. You have a girl, that's your friend. Would you sleep with his girl? Hell no. But why not? But why? Would it? No. But why not? But no. But why not? That cycle, betrayal, breeding betrayal, created the very world Ariela stepped into when she chose to be with him. A world where every smile had a knife behind it, every laugh could end with a gunshot, and every loved one could become collateral. Whether you believe any of these theories or not, one thing is undeniable. Ariela's death makes no sense as random. Too many enemies, too many connections, too many signals that this was more than coincidence. When you watch that last footage, when you see the fear in her eyes, you can't help but wonder if she knew which theory was true, if she knew who was coming for her, if she knew Tekashi's world had already sealed her fate, the deadly pattern. And that's the thing, isn't it? It's not just about a girlfriend. It's about a whole system crumbling, a system built on loyalty, respect, and the illusion of control. Tekashi promised us all of that. He promised us a gangster's paradise. And he delivered for a while, but then he flipped the script. He broke the code. And now everyone connected to him is paying the price. Think about the level of paranoia swirling around this case. Everyone's looking over their shoulders. Everyone's wondering who's next. Because if Tekashi's girlfriend wasn't safe, who is? And that's the terrifying question that's echoing through the streets. The leaks, the leaked footage. That's another layer of this whole mess. It's like the internet itself is feeding off the drama, amplifying the chaos. You've got people dissecting every frame of that video, analyzing her facial expressions, searching for clues, for answers. It's
Ariela La Langosta, a social media star and mother with romantic ties to rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine, murdered. The 33-year-old, who had nearly 700,000 followers, was found shot dead inside her vehicle along a busy road just north of the Bronx early Sunday morning. Investigators believe she was targeted. So far, no arrests.
Morbid, it's twisted, but it's also what we do. We consume the tragedy, we turn it into content, and the fact that Tekashi himself is now confirming details, that's just unreal. It's like he's playing a twisted game, taunting us, all as if confirming the darkest of rumors, that he's somehow involved in her death. It's a power move, a desperate attempt to regain some control in a situation where he's completely lost it. But let's be real, the streets aren't fooled. The whispers are turning into shout, the theories are solidifying, and the evidence, circumstantial as it may be, is starting to paint a pretty damning picture. And the Bronx connection? You can't ignore that. This isn't some random hit. This was a message, a clear and concise reminder that some lines simply cannot be crossed, that some debts must be paid, and that Tekashi, by betraying his own, has put a target on the back of everyone around him. It's not just about vengeance either, it's about restoring order. About reminding everyone what happens when you mess with the wrong people, when you break the unspoken rules. It's about preserving the fragile ecosystem of the streets, even if it means sacrificing a few innocent lives. You see, in that world, there's a twisted logic at play. Loyalty is everything, respect is paramount, and betrayal is the ultimate sin. And Tekashi, in his desperate attempt to save himself, committed the ultimate betrayal, and now the consequences are rippling outward, claiming victims in their wake. And the fact that he's now seemingly confirming aspects of the case, that's beyond messed up. It's like he's daring the authorities to do something, to arrest him, to bring him to justice. Or maybe he's just trying to prove that he's still in control, even from behind bars. Let's not forget the deeper implications. Here, this isn't just about a single crime. It's about the corrosive effects of fame, of money, and of power. It's about how easily people can lose their way, seduced by the allure of a fast life and a fleeting moment in the spotlight. And it's about how quickly those same things can turn on you, leaving you exposed and vulnerable with nowhere to hide. Think about the legacy Tekashi is leaving behind. Is this what he wanted? To be remembered as the guy who brought chaos and destruction to everything he touched? To be the symbol of betrayal and broken promises? Because that's what he's become. A cautionary tale. A warning to anyone who thinks they can play the game without paying the price. And the public outcry. It's deafening. People are demanding justice. They're demanding answers. They want to see someone held accountable for Ariela's death. And they're not going to settle for anything less. The leaked footage continues to spread like wildfire, each view fueling the fury and the frustration. People are sharing it, dissecting it, re-editing it, creating their own theories and their own narratives. It's a digital bloodbath, a constant reminder of the tragedy that has unfolded, and the fact that Tekashi is still able to communicate, even from jail. That's infuriating. People are demanding that he be silenced, that he be cut off from the outside world.
Ariela Langosta, a social media star and mother with romantic ties to rapper Tekashi.
They don't want to hear from him. They don't want to see his face. They just want him to disappear. But the truth is, he's not going anywhere. He's still a symbol of something, a reminder of the dark side of fame, of the dangers of betrayal, of the price of loyalty, and until he's brought to justice, he's going to continue to haunt us all. The whispers are evolving now, aren't they? They're not just rumors anymore. They're accusations, they're declarations, they're a chorus of anger and pain, all directed at one man. And the pressure is mounting. The authorities are under intense scrutiny. They're being accused of dragging their feet, of protecting a celebrity. They need to act. And they need to act fast. Because the longer they wait, the more volatile the situation becomes. The more people are driven to take matters into their own hands. And that's a dangerous prospect. Think about the psychological toll this is taking on everyone involved. Tekashi, locked up and facing a mountain of charges. Ariela's family, grieving and desperate for answers. Her friends, reeling from the shock and the loss. Everyone is suffering. Everyone is paying the price. And the worst part is, there's no easy way out. No quick fix. No magic solution. This is going to be a long and difficult process. A painful journey. And it's going to require everyone to confront some uncomfortable truths. This isn't a simple case of crime and punishment. It's a complex web of relationships, of power dynamics, of betrayal and loss, and it's going to take a lot more than just an arrest to heal the wounds. So what now? What's going to happen to Tekashi? Will he face charges for Ariela's death? Will he be convicted? What sentence will he receive? The questions are endless, the answers elusive. One thing is certain though, the fallout from this tragedy is far from over. This case is a reminder that fame can be a double-edged sword. It can bring you to the top of the world, but it can also bring you crashing down, and that sometimes the price of fame is simply too high to pay. This whole situation is a stark reminder of the complexities of the human condition, our capacity for greatness and our propensity for destruction, our ability to love and our willingness to betray. We are all flawed. We all make mistakes, but some mistakes are simply unforgivable. This case is going to be dissected and analyzed for years to come. It's going to become a case study in the dark side of fame, the consequences of betrayal, and the enduring power of loyalty. But right now, all we can do is mourn the loss of Ariela and hope that justice will be served. And question, always question, how far we are willing to go for fame and fortune. Ultimately, Ariela's tragic end isn't just about one life lost, but a chilling reflection of a system fueled by betrayal and shadowed by violence. A system where loyalty is a liability and silence can be a death sentence. As the echoes of her final moments reverberate, we're left to ponder a haunting question. In a world obsessed with notoriety, are we all just pawns in a game we don't understand, waiting for our own tragic spotlight?